Hello and welcome to Ginger Welsh Allotments. I'm so pleased to say it's raining. Like everyone else, we have not had rain for about 8 to 10 weeks, and that wouldn't be so bad if it was cloudy in the day, but it hasn't. It's been really warm. So with all the warm weather, like all of you out there, I've not been able to do anything in the day because it's just been too warm, or when I haven't had the time to do it, and when I have had the time to do it, it's just too warm. You can't come out and work, and that heat is ridiculous. So I'm over here early in the morning, and we had a deluge yesterday, which was really pleasing. And I've been away for a week, and I left the watering in charge with my nephew. Thank you, Connor, he did a great job. I filled my water butts up before I went, and he ran out of water. I went on the Thursday and he ran out of water by the Saturday because I asked him to water everything on the Saturday. So I was resigned to everything looking dreadful when I came back. But from what I can see, it's not looking too bad. Like I think a lot of us, we've just been watering constantly, not had any time to do any other work on the plot, maybe occasional bit of weeding, but it's just been watering. So I'm going to give you an update on the fruit section now, and I shall follow with another vlog on how the vegetables are getting on. So let's crack on and look at how my raspberries are doing. I have netted them because I've not had a huge crop, but whatever crop I do get, I don't want the birds to eat. These two plants here are doing well. I've come over with some Tupperware to harvest, but these ones are still waiting to get ripe, and they're coming through the netting, and I'm hoping over the winter to get a more permanent structure in over here regarding the fruit. My fruit trees have not really had much fruit on them. The only two trees that have any fruit on are these first two apple trees, and I do keep meaning to take the apples off, because I hear a lot of people saying that in the first year you should take the apples off, so that more energy goes into the roots, and I've just not had time to do that, or I've just forgotten. So maybe today will be the day I take them off, but no sign of any cherries, plums or pears down there, and that third apple tree didn't have any apples on it this year. My grapevine, although it's got a lot of green on it, doesn't actually look like it's forming any grapes at all, and maybe it's because I transplanted it earlier this year, but the two down here that used to grow in pots, they used to have grapes on them as well. Not much, but they did used to form grapes, and I can't see any grapes forming on them either yet. And I don't expect to see any grapes now. So I suppose I'll keep this going again next year. This was a present of my sister-in-law a couple of years ago, so I don't really want to get rid of it, but I suppose if it's not going to grow any grapes, the best thing I could do is rip it out and get a grapevine that is going to grow grapes. Next to the grapevine are my potatoes, my main crop, and second earlies, which I know are not fruit, but as they're in the fruit section, I thought I would show you. And I've had a fairly good harvest up to now. In these little ones down here, I've grown shallots, and I took one bag away with me, and they were delicious. So I've had my first earlies, which were Rocket, and they were lovely, and now I've had the Charlottes, and the next to go will be these Nicola over here, which, judging by the state of the leaves, should probably be harvested soonish. But everything seems to be going okay. I did think they might have been really on their last legs because of no watering, being in pots, but they seem to still have a bit of green on them, don't they? And my plum tree, oh, I don't know what to say about this. There's no plums on this at all. This is its second year there, I think. And of course I need to get in and weed around there because that's just dreadful. But yeah, no plums on here at all. I did read in my book that it takes a while for them to establish, but I would have thought that I would have seen something by now. But anyway, it'll stay there for another year. This is my very unkempt strawberry planter, which I need to take off all the runners and the grass that's grown in there. And along with the other strawberries that are growing under there, I must have had a total of 15 strawberries off about 58 strawberry plants. So I'm not hugely happy with how the strawberries have performed. I know it's their first year, but if I don't get much of a crop next year, I think I'll buy in some strawberry plants and get rid of these ones, because maybe they're just not a variety of strawberry that crops very well. And maybe I'll get ones that crop better in a hanging basket. And this section has not performed at all. My blackcurrants, the blackcurrants did grow. It was my fault. I haven't covered them over, and the birds ate all my blackcurrants. And my red currants haven't even formed at all. There's nothing coming off them. And I read in my magazine that sometimes the birds eat the growing spurs in the winter time. So again, this section, hopefully come the winter, is going to be covered over in netting. Similarly with my gooseberries, they got eaten by the birds as well. The gooseberries are over here. Yeah, they had quite a good crop on them, and then the next time I came back, they'd all be eaten by the birds. So not done very well for fruit this year, apart from a rhubarb, which has done really well. The 7 plants, Victoria plants I put in last year, I left, I didn't take any off them. But these 2 Timperley earlies, they performed magnificently. I had quite a bit of rhubarb from them. The blackberry patch has performed really well again this year. There's a lot of blackberries on there to harvest from where I've been away, and I've tried to improve the structure a bit by putting in more timber, because the canes that were there were not keeping the weight of the bushes very well. So I need to finish off down this bottom section, putting in more timber, which is on the floor there, and then building some sort of fruit cage. I've put this netting on a bit haphazardly, but it has done the job. It has kept my blackberries safe from those meddling birds, so that's all good. I'm going to now get on with harvesting the raspberries and the blackberries, hopefully, if I've got enough time, and I'll try and do the section with the vegetables next, so you can see what's been occurring down there, as it's been ages since I've updated you with that. But in regards to the fruit, blackberries and raspberries, lovely job! Gooseberries, red currants, strawberries, grapes, plums, cherries and red currants, not such a lovely job.